Last week, I was invited to Google Gemini at Work's private, invite-only, behind closed doors event. In this event, they unveiled not only what I believe is the future of work, but also the future of business building. In this secret session, they unveiled Gemini Enterprise. And to be honest, this makes ChatGPT look like a simple side project. So while ChatGPT is spending billions, yes, billions, trying to circularly purchase compute, Google is out here building the basics of business forever. This video is going to walk you through exactly what this new agentic system is, explain to you how it works in a way that you can actually understand, and then show you how it is going to revolutionize everything that you think you know about business building. If you are a creator, a founder, you own your own business, or you're even thinking of launching something yourself, this video is going to get you set up for success because Gemini Enterprise is completely changing how you set up entire workflows, structure teams and tasks, and build specialists that stay true to your vision with no dev team, no coding, and no pure technical knowledge. It is reducing the risk and the cost for all of us. And this was all behind closed doors, so you won't find this anywhere else on the internet. I'm Gina, a startup builder from South London. And I work directly with Google, so I get early access to information like this. You might have seen my video from an event that I was invited to earlier this year on how Google AI is completely revolutionizing how we use it within our businesses. This channel breaks down the best way to build a business in 2025, utilizing smart systems and then layering on tools and AI in order to do the work that would have taken tons of time and loads of money so that you can focus on the best things that you need to focus on, the things that make your brand and you human. So first, what actually is Gemini Enterprise? Gemini Enterprise is simply Google's new AI platform. It is a smart command center where you type in just one instruction in free text and you instantly activate a network of AI agents, all working on separate parts of your business. Think of it a little bit like this traditional model. If you worked in a large corporation or business and you wanted to plan a campaign, you might drop a Slack to your marketing director or your head of marketing or your marketing person. Hey, we really need to think about planning a Halloween campaign. This message would then start a chain of events within the wider marketing department. Your market researchers will start looking at market stats. Maybe your market strategist will find gaps that your brand can play in. Your marketing manager will start pulling together all those campaign marketing beats that make sense for your calendar and the wider calendar. Creative will get to work on the highline concept, the assets, the copy. Your logistics team will probably check your stock and look at a pricing strategy. And many, many other skill sets and other people will be triggered in this process of developing the initial proposal for your Halloween marketing campaign. This group of people will get to work, and in a couple of days, up to a couple of weeks, you'll have a pretty good idea of what kind of campaign you want to run, ready for approval for people to actually start executing. Now, this is the traditional way, and this is how it works in every business I've ever worked with. What Gemini Enterprise does is it takes that initial message, that Slack saying, we need to work on a Halloween campaign, and turns it into a simple text prompt that does all of that work we've spoken about with all of those different skill sets and approaches within minutes. You don't have to write endless brief, you don't have to mobilize entire teams, and you definitely don't have to have a ton of people on your payroll to get to that same output. You just type, and Gemini's agents handle it entirely. And you don't have to wait a couple of weeks. It is in mere minutes. Gemini Enterprise is essentially Google's all-in-one AI team. A bunch of smart, pre-trained agents, all sitting behind a simple prompt bar, ready to take on the work of entire departments. This is so exciting for small businesses, founders, creators, anyone wanting to build their own brand, because having a passion or an idea that you want to monetize doesn't necessarily mean that you are tech savvy. And let's be honest, some of the tools on the market right now, whilst impressive, do feel like you need to have a thorough understanding of how they work, definitely how to set them up, and how to program those AI workflows. We know that in 2025, the way to set up a business that works is to use systems that scale and then use AI and tooling to outsource, delegate, automate, and get access to information. Gemini Enterprise is essentially delegating and outsourcing all of the work that is not your skill set or not a good use of your time to a pre-built team of experts. So let's look at how it actually works in a way that you will hopefully find super relatable and easy to understand. Gemini Enterprise is essentially the power of agentic AI without you having to think through any of the agent workflow, build out an agent yourself, or do anything aside from typing out the prompt. When you open Gemini Enterprise, you will see a very simple chat interface. But underneath that, there is a layer of built agents, almost like a ready-made team of experts that are the most common ones that businesses need. It's essentially plug and play agentic AI. You've probably used programs like ChatGPT and Claude previously, and this is set up very differently. Instead of using it like an LLM for a specific task, what you use the prompts for are entire workflows. And when you ask Gemini to execute a workflow, which do not worry, I will give you some examples of in this video, it does this not only across the standard agents that it already has, but also across your other business tools that you can link to Gemini Enterprise. The entire workflow is built with access to your current tools and where you keep all of your information, plus these agents that are set up to perform entire tasks and workflows over simple give and receive commands. If you are interested in how agents are set up and why it differs from AI workflows, check out this video here that breaks down what agentic AI actually is. But you don't need to know that to utilize Gemini Enterprise. It is as simple as typing a request for a workflow and getting that entire piece of work back within minutes. Within Gemini Enterprise, you can also build your own specific agents. Prior to this, building an agent, even in Google, took understanding of code and development. You don't need that with this new product. All you need to do is to just describe what you want the agent to do and then use their drag and drop visual tool to build out what that agent looks like. For those that are more technical, there is a full CLI tool as well, but Gemini Enterprise is so groundbreaking because it caters for every business builder, from those with little to no knowledge all the way to developers themselves. And all of these agents and all of Gemini Enterprise connects directly to the tools that you also use. Workspace, Notion, Outlook, Jira, most things that you would use means that it's not just generating surface level output, it's actually doing the work within tooling that you already use. Now, this is where it gets super revolutionary for us. We know that AI and tooling should be used to do the grunt work so that we can focus on the human connectivity and the community, because that is what is going to win out in brand building. Google gets this. What they're building with Gemini Enterprise is a full suite of agents that take on that grunt work and drudgery. And not only that, they are also able to interact with other agents to build an entire business that you control. You control the narrative, you control the storytelling, you control the branding, you control the sources that you give this program, so you ensure that everything is true to who you are, the same way that a founder would do that with a team of people. But in this case, you can be that solo founder without the cost, the risk, and the overheads that come with building a traditional business. I speak about AI a lot on this channel, and that is because it is genuinely changing the game for small businesses and solo founders. The rise of AI is distracting at the moment because a lot of what we see is AI slop and content generation. Content creation is not the way that AI is going to change everything that we do to build a brand. AI used properly is actually lowering the barrier of entry for people who have ideas and passions that they would like to see come to life. It enables us to replicate big businesses without the time, effort, money, and risk. Google Gemini enables this approach. It's an incredibly intuitive and strong product for incredibly accessible pricing. And it's also a product that is going to grow. Klarna uses it, Mattel uses it, Heinz uses it, all because it supports the workflow and communications of their entire businesses across huge teams, sometimes globally. This support and removal of drudgery and repeatable tasks ensures that individual people's talents can actually shine. And the accessibility means that we can also do that ourselves at very low cost. If you have your system and strategy set up properly, you can utilize Gemini Enterprise to build the rest of your business. And if you don't have your system set up properly, do check out my free resources for creators, founders, product owners to make sure you are laying the foundations right and then utilizing everything that technology gives us to build your business better, smarter, and more cost effectively. These systems are built in Notion, which, sidebar, links to Gemini Enterprise. But in Notion is where you build out your content strategy, your marketing strategy, you manage your offers, you build your product. And Gemini Enterprise is a great layer in which you can do that work of teams with just simple prompts. With Notion as the brain of your business and Gemini Enterprise as your workforce, suddenly you've got an entire team behind you, all for the same price of a bargain bucket of KFC every month. So this is all great, and it's something that I think is going to revolutionize how big brands and small brands utilize AI to make sure that workflows and agents are working for them properly. But how do you get started if you are just starting out? Well, luckily, if you happen to have a Google business account, they are actually offering a 30-day free trial to everyone. But as I say, the pricing is incredibly accessible. It's around $21 a month to use this huge suite of tools. If you are a creator, you can use the pre-built agents within the product to manage all of your brand partnerships and revenue tracking. All that time and admin that as a creator you may not have the skill set for is managed completely by your AI agents. In this instance, Gemini Enterprise can work like an ops manager. It can pull your product offers from your Notion sheet. It can pull your brand deal data from your already built Notion system. It can then match this with the tagged content you're creating on YouTube, align this with another space in your system around invoicing, and it can flag performance, it can flag overdue pay dates, it can forecast future metrics, and it can also tell you when you need to have another touch point with that partner. You don't have to do any manual tracking. You don't have to miss any invoices. You don't have to go in and update every single thing that you're doing for your YouTube. And you get a clear picture of what's working. You have an entire sales team working for you while you're just focusing on the content. The same for freelancers. In the system that I've set up for you, there is a space in which to build out your client offers. Using Gemini Enterprise, you can take away all the admin and tasks of that client management and delivery. Connecting the agents to your email means that you can follow up on communications, you can track any of the deliverables, you can track performance, you can build dashboards for your projects and clients, all in one space that pulls from the work you are doing instead of you having to update it each time. This can also handle quoting and invoicing automatically, meaning that you are taking less time doing the admin and the drudgery and more time delivering your actual value. And if you are building a business by yourself, Gemini Enterprise can offer you the work of an entire business. Tie it into the Notion setup for your CRM systems, your product launches, your customer segments, your marketing messaging, and it will start building you real-time reports on what messaging is working the most, on what products are selling, on what marketing messaging is really helping you get your point across. It can run scenarios such as, what if I increase my paid spend by 5%? Or what if I change my pricing to a different strategy? It can offer you that pricing strategy. Gemini Enterprise is revolutionary because it is an entire team behind a wall of a simple prompt bar. You don't need to know how to build the agents. You just need to know which agents would service your business properly. And if you'd like to find out about that, let me know and I will share another video. The future of business building in 2025 is getting the correct systems and setup, and then using AI and tooling to take away those repeatable tasks, that drudgery, or things that are currently outside of your technical skills or interest. By understanding the power of these tools and using them in the way that benefits us, we are going to come out on top with less cost, less resource, less time, less energy, and less risk. We can now build businesses that stack up against the big players, because right now, where we are in this AI boom, the barrier to entry of use is so much lower than ever before. This is a great time to take advantage of everything that is happening right now, and this channel will show you exactly how to do that. So like, subscribe, get your free tools from my website, and tell me what else you want to learn about better business building.